My name is Chris Macchi. I was Arcadia University class of 2012, and I am currently a media coordinator with Major League Soccer. I remember I was probably in first grade, second grade, living in Iowa at the time, and one of my friends had this brand new ball. It was a Major League Soccer ball, and I really knew nothing about the league or anything really about organized soccer in the US other than what I was playing at the time. And it's funny, I noticed like the one logo that really stuck out among all the logos on the ball was the Columbus Crew logo, which is a kind of a unique logo in general, but it was a little bit of foreshadowing as I moved to Columbus in 8th grade, and that's really where I kind of fell in love with Major League Soccer and really fell in love as an avid fan of soccer in the United States as well. When I did kind of make the decision to go to Arcadia and kind of focus in there, as a freshman, I didn't really consider myself to have a future kind of playing, but it was something that I definitely enjoyed going and supporting and watching the game. It wasn't until my sophomore year, and there was a coaching change as well, that I kind of figured this is something that at least I want to kind of look into, and whether it's playing on the field or contributing in a manager role or whatever it may be, the friendships that I kind of earned and created over practices and training sessions and all that stuff as a student athlete playing soccer, I think were absolutely instrumental in making me fall in love with college and making me fall in love with the camaraderie of being part of that team as well. I was always a fan of KickTV. I'm not really sure how I initially came across their programming. I'm sure it was just kind of like a YouTube ad that I said, hey, that's soccer and that's not an English accent. This sounds like it's for me. And they had some clout with Jimmy Conrad, who's a former international, represented the United States in the World Cup in 2006, and that carried weight for me. I knew that it was somebody that had been there, played at the highest level, and could speak knowledgeably about the sport. So Kick caught my eye in that respect as a knowledgeable American outlet to kind of get caught up on soccer. How I got started specifically, I was following them on Twitter, and they had sent out a tweet actually from a bar saying, we're sending off our intern, she's been awesome, wish her the best of luck, thanks for your help. And I tweeted back, let me know if you need someone to kind of pick up where she left off. They tweeted back, send us a Vine as to why you should be our next intern. And I sent them a Vine, it was 6 seconds of, this is why I love soccer, this is why I can contribute to your team. That came before the application process, but it put my foot in the door in maybe a way that other people wouldn't have had the opportunity if they weren't paying attention or just didn't take the opportunity to give it a shot. I'm very fortunate to kind of not only work in the field that I work in, but also work in the time that I work in the sense that even 5 years ago, this workplace would be vastly different than it is today, and new media has everything to do with that. I work under the MLS Digital umbrella, and that's because digital is a huge focus of this league. The way Twitter has kind of taken the world by storm, the way Facebook has allowed people to share their stories and share their moments with other people drives what we do on a huge basis. When you're watching a soccer game, Twitter has become such a second screen experience that it drives very much the conversation and very much of the storylines, and it feeds into the global, I guess, conversation. New media has kind of opened the door for us to share these videos or share these games or share these moments with people around the world. And I think that has been hugely instrumental in the growth of the game in the United States and the accessibility where it wasn't necessarily as accessible in the past decade or so. Soccer, for my whole life, was always a big part of what I wanted to do and a big part of where I found my friendships, and translating that into my workplace has been amazing. I have really good relationships with my coworkers, and it's because we kind of share this central focus, not only on just the global game of soccer, but also on growing the game in the United States. It's a huge focus and a huge priority for a lot of the people here, and that is something definitely not taken for granted with anyone in this room as well. We all love the game, we all consume the game immensely on a daily basis, and while that can sometimes be exhausting, consuming the game and playing the game, thankfully, are two different things. And I think anytime that we're able to even just step outside and kick a ball around, or kind of take a deep breath and step away from the responsibilities of promoting the game and promoting soccer, it really helps us just kind of come together and kind of realize that there's a lot of stress and a lot of hours and all that stuff, but as long as we're able to get away from it and kind of enjoy our time together outside of the office, it helps out immensely as well.